Hello, today we are going to talk about how double-digit inflation surges to 40-year high. The 17th of August, the price of bread has risen by nearly a third in just 12 months, new figures show. Rising costs of living have pushed inflation to a 4-year high of 10% in July. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, measure of inflation jumped by 0.3 percentage points to 10.1% last month, the Office for National Statistics said today. That compares with an average forecast of 9.8% in a Reuters poll of economists. A separate report showed that the number of people claiming job seekers allowance fell sharply in the 3 months to May, suggesting the labor market remains tight despite signs of economic recovery. The claimant count fell by 14,000 to 1.67 million, the lowest level since March 2009, the Department for Work and Pensions said. Economists had expected a rise of around 3,000. Grant Fitzner, ONS chief economist, said, the cost of both raw materials and goods leaving factories continued to rise, driven by the price of metals and food respectively. Driven by higher demand, the price for package holidays rose, after falling at the same time last year, while airfares also increased. Inflation in the UK has risen sharply in recent months due to soaring food and fuel costs. The price of petrol is currently at its highest level since October 2014, while the cost of bread has increased by nearly 10%. Meanwhile, the average wage has fallen by 0.3% in the past 12 months, according to figures released today by the Office for National Statistics. The ONS said that the fall was driven by lower earnings growth among those aged 25 to 34. However, the overall picture remains positive, with wages growing faster than inflation across the board. The latest data shows that the Consumer Price Index rose by 3.1% in June compared to the same month last year, the biggest monthly increase since April 2016. Rachel Winter, partner at Killick & Co., said, inflation continues to plague consumer finances. With real wages falling at the fastest rate in 20 years, rising food costs and energy price surges looming over the UK economy, households should brace for the winter. Rob Clary, investment strategist at Evelyn Partners, said, July's increase was mainly driven by rising food costs. With changes to energy regulator FGIM's price cap in October set to take the inflation rate to around 13%, these are challenging times for UK households. These factors are largely outside of the Bank of England's control, which means that monetary policy is less effective in tackling them directly. One positive that will help boost inflation rates is the recent drop in fuel prices. Petronas' decision to cut petrol prices by 10% was one of the factors behind the US Federal Reserve's recent interest rate hike. Inflation in the US fell to 2.5% in August, down from 3.0% in July. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell.